Welcome, everybody. Welcome to episode 12 of Tech Shop Coffee Talk with your host, Ross and Bruce, or we also say Epic 11. Over to you, Ross.
Epic 12.
Sorry, Epic 12. My
Oh
bad.
man, it's fast growing on us, isn't it? So, good evening, Bruce. Great to be here, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to share this talk with you. So, what are we going to cover tonight?
Well, tonight you're going to touch base on who's paying us to be here, and I'm going to touch base on, we're going to talk a little bit about gratefulness and a little bit more tech talk.
Cool. So, let's get the dirty work out of the way. We're here
Yes,
to
sir.
have fun. We're here
Yes, sir.
to talk about coffee and tech shop, and you can find out more information about that down below. Like, share, comment, and any other details are down there. And we do this for fun. We aren't being paid. We are being paid in a different roundabout way, but not being paid to do this. So that's the fun of it. We're here
And
to bring you value.
And don't forget, if how we can make a little bit extra is if you just click on the link below that says healthy coffee. There's Ross's link and my link below in the description. Just click on Ross's or mine. It doesn't matter. One of us has an accent, so I understand. You might be more favorable with one
Make your
accent
choice.
than the other. Pick a choice. Click on the link, and you can order a bag of some premium coffee there. There's hot chocolate. There's chai tea. We got some Moringa, which is called G-Fix. There's quite a few different things that you start taking that, it will change your life. So, and that's one thing to be grateful for, is we can offer you some products that will help you start thinking and drinking and being in a better mindset. What you put into your body will help you determine what comes out of your mouth. From it helps on the way you think.
Yes, it does. And why do we do this? We do this because, one, we got healthy coffee and we want to bring it to you. Two, we're two tech guys, and that's where the
Yes, sir.
name Tech Shop Coffee Talk has come about. And we're here to talk tech and to talk value and bring great things. So grab a cup of coffee, sit down for a few minutes with us, and let's dig in and get started, Bruce.
So I have lots to be thankful for. I'm thankful I have a nice warm coat, because in the last few days the wind has gotten really windy there, and it's been quite chilly. But a lot of people, when the snow falls, you could look at it and be negative and say, "Oh, I'm gonna have to go earlier. I got to slow down when I'm, other vehicles. I got to clear the snow off my car." But um, it all comes down to, when you look out the window, you can be thankful that I know you're not going to freeze to death, but thankful that you're living in a warm house. You're thankful that you have coffee to warm you inside. We have a lot. We can be thankful that when you get in your car, you have a job to go to. There's many things that if you stop and think, there's many things to be thankful for. Thankful that you have skills that people will pay you to go do while you work. There's the cold isn't fun, but I can be thankful because it's only minus 20 Fahrenheit out there. It could be minus 50 Fahrenheit. So I'm thankful it's only minus 20. So
when it gets that cold, Bruce, most people go out and they grab their blackened latte, and get it in their cup and they get warm, right?
Well, the problem is if it's too cold, it's in your cup. It'll be almost it freezes up too good, and you don't want to put some piece of metal up to your lips in 50 below weather.
So you're saying that maybe it's the Canadians that developed iced coffee?
It could be. Actually, Canadians are big on hot coffee. My wife, actually, in Cambodia, she loves iced coffee. Because it's so hot there, they drink iced coffee to kind of cool down.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas here, we drink the ice. We drink the hot coffee just so we can feel our fingers again, so we can drive.
Well,
So
talking about being grateful,
yeah,
there's a point in case about being grateful of,
yeah,
we are grateful for the warm coffee to drink. We are grateful for the warm mittens and the hats and the gloves and the things that keep us warm while we're out doing our tech work.
yeah.
So,
And like being grateful for when you come home from the tech work, you have a place to go. There's food in the fridge. You know, you're not sleeping on the floor. In a corner somewhere. You have heat or cooling. As an air conditioning guy, you appreciate both depending on the temperature outside.
uh-huh. And
And
and great point, Bruce, because like you said, we are grateful for those things. At the same time, there are millions of people, they don't have that to be grateful for.
yeah, and
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 that's hard.
and one of the neat things about the company that we're working with is, they're reaching out to kids, and they're reaching out to orphanages that are doing things and giving back to help those kids have things to be grateful for.
Yeah.
Maybe not the capacity that you and I have, or other people have, but still in the capacity of where they're at, it's still much farther along for what they do have. And
Well, the
that there
capacity
is,
they have is life changing. A lot
it
of the
is.
I know orphanages. A lot of kids they fall. Kids in this society fall through the cracks, but in like Africa and other third world countries, they fall through the cracks to the point where um, it's mission critical. They have nothing. They have no support, no family to help them.
Hmm.
There's down and out, and then there's crisis down and out,
Yes.
and um, not to make light of like people in America or Canada when they're down and out, but if they're down and out, there's options you can go to. There's home clinics. There's soup kitchens. There's places you can go to and get yourself back on your feet and get going. Whereas a lot of these other countries, they don't have the options we have. Why are people all over the world fighting to get to the USA?
Ooh,
Because of
great,
the
great question.
because the opportunities that we have that we take for granted, that they they would be grateful just to have those
Have those.
opportunities.
Yep.
So
We're blessed with
just
them.
looking, if you look at Canada and United States, I know we have the cold, but we're both blessed with a lot of resources and skilled and very, very intelligent people, and we're both live in very peaceful countries, so we're very blessed, in
Yes,
many
yes.
ways. So
Well, and
so
yeah, and talking about grateful, and that grateful is really very closely tied to gratitude.
yes, yes, sir.
And those two are so close. Gratitude is the feeling of thankfulness and appreciation.
Yep.
That's, I don't know. I'm seeing it. There's a two-way street there.
Yes.
One part of it is I'm grateful for what I have and for what there is.
Correct.
Another part of me is I'm thankful that I can have the appreciation and that I can have the feeling of thankfulness, even though, I don't know. To me,
That's
there's a little bit of a two-way there.
there's a deeper level to it too. A lot of people, they're not thankful and grateful until it's taken away from them and go, I didn't realize how good I had it, and
You
and
know,
and, and a lot of people, like they're upset, on the work. They're the ones that cut you off and get angry, and they go to work and scream and yell at everybody, and then all of a sudden, something dramatic changes in their life, and they reflect back and realize, um, you know what they've lost. And that's why I'm trying to encourage everyone, should every morning when you wake up, you should kind of just mentally make a list of, go through all the things in your life that you can be thankful for. And even if you're down and out and whatnot, there's
there's small
so
things.
many things, that people don't realize they can be thankful for, that they just take for granted. you know.
And they're, I mean, those are even down to the small things. They're big things and small things, but even the fact of, hey, I have a vehicle, I don't have to walk to work. I have a bicycle, I don't have to
Yeah.
walk. Or,
I have legs.
even if you do walk, yes, you have legs.
Yes.
I just seen, it's funny you bring that up. I just seen a clip on the news tonight, about a high school kid that was born without legs,
Oh wow.
and he's now a junior in high school, and his dream is to play football,
Oh wow.
and they've worked it out where he is the quarterback, and he has these, I don't know, they're funky little legs that he puts on,
Yeah.
and he's out in the field playing football, and he's
That's
he's good at it, and you got to be grateful for that.
so not only is he grateful, do you know what's happened is he whereas someone like you or me would give a list of excuses why we couldn't be the quarterback.
Well, and they
And
brought that up. They were
yeah,
saying you can't do that, you can't do this, and he's like, "No, I'm doing this, and how are we going to do it?"
yeah, and that's
Overcoming.
that's the difference mindset between someone who's just existing and $1 million earner. Like a
Yes.
$1 million earner doesn't take no for an answer. He'll keep going. He won't give you reasons why he can't do it. He'll give you all the reasons why he's going to do it.
This is where I'm going. This is what's going to happen. How am I going to get there?
Yeah, he's
That's,
already set the goal. He's
yep.
made the plan, and yes, more obstacles come our way than we planned, but he keeps going because he has that goal,
Yep.
and because you have the goal and a plan, you'll get there. It may
And
take
there's
longer, but you will get there.
and there's a lot of that information in the Think and Grow Rich Mastery course too that's out there. They speak a little bit on that too. Great book, by the way, and a great
Yes,
course if you haven't. If you want to know more about that, we can get you information on the links below. There you can reach out and get it. It's also a book, Think and Grow Rich, which
yeah,
is the great book. But our owner has set up a mastery course that you can take online with that. I'm
and
in the
go
middle.
a
Yeah,
lot deeper than just reading the
it's
book.
amazing. It's I've been working with it, and it's phenomenal. Um, do recommend it. So
And that's the amazing thing is be gratitude is kind of one of those foundations. If you're not grateful, if you're not grateful for what you have, less will come your way. If you're
I,
complaining all the time, it's you're not focusing on the target, you're not going to get there. But if you're grateful and then make a plan and work really really hard, you can have an amazing life.
hmm and looking up the word here on the internet, one of the things it's saying, Bruce, is it's a deeply appreciative of kindness,
Yes, yeah, and
or
that's
the
sorry,
benefits received, and that's
interesting.
that it is, and that's kind of like, I don't know, I think that goes back a little bit of what I was saying, the two-way vision there. Here it is, of kindness, of going out.
Yep.
That's I guess I'm grateful that I can give kindness and that I can work kindness, but at the same time, it's the benefit of receiving
Hmm.
kindness and to
Yep.
receive that.
Yep.
That's being grateful. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, it's awesome.
When you receive. Yeah. No. And that's all within a mindset. Two different people sitting there watching a football game. One person sees the football game. He jumps up and screams as he sees someone run over the white line and slams the football down. One person is jumping and screaming, all excited. Another person is sitting there throwing his shirt down and swearing, because one person, their team won, the other
Yep.
person, their team lost. And
Yep.
it's all in, it's like that with us when either positive things come our way or negative things come our way. Depending how we look at it, will affect how we perceive, things.
So,
So,
I'm going to put a twist on there. So,
okay.
for us coffee drinkers that are drinking coffee, they all
Yep.
know that coffee is high in acidic, and it's high in acidic, and
Yep.
therefore it's yes, not good for you. So, guess what? I'm grateful, and 80,000 or 80% of the people are going to be grateful because we now have a less acidic coffee. So,
Yes.
here's something that is good, but yet here's something even better that we can be grateful for. Uh, thanks to people who do research and people who step into markets like this and create great products.
And
That's
like most coffee, you drink it and then you get a crash. And then you have to get another cup and it gives you that high. And then you get a crash. And then you have to get another cup, a high, and then a crash. Whereas I like with this coffee, it's got the mushrooms in it. And you get that bump of the caffeine, and then it's a gradual
yes,
comes down.
yes.
You don't crash. So you don't need to drink 15 cups a day, to get that same kind of boost going. But
Yep,
no, and let's face it, we all want to invest. We all want to be healthy, but we don't want to spend the money and spend the energy to go to the gym and a lot of things. But so there are little ways you can, like we should eat balanced diets. You need to eat lots of fruit and vegetables. You need to plan. There's lots of things you need to do, but the coffee is it's like if you're on a 12-step program, drinking healthy coffee is step one of that program.
yep,
And you start with a healthy coffee, and then there's other things you can do, but we're just offering you the first step to starting to change your life. And this is a good step in the right
and then
direction.
and then who knows where you travel from there.
For sure, because with coffee, we also are the amazing company we're affiliated with. They've just opened up travel, and this travel is going to be amazing. So,
Yeah,
and it's tied to many levels and many people, and we're talking 50% discount on what we've seen on Expedia and the other websites that are out there. We are going to get people real savings, but you're going to
yep,
have to reach out to us to get those deals.
yep, yep, and that's cool. So, yeah, that's going to be some
Big
exciting
things.
times, and it's right now we're open in 90 countries, and there's more coming too, which is going to be
Exciting.
exciting. Yeah.
Very
So
exciting.
we're gonna give it's not to replace everything that's out there, but we're going to give good competition that's there, and competition is good, and we got to be
We're going to
careful.
force everybody else to be a little bit more honest.
There you go. That's what it's all about, and helping it. And we want to bring those tips to you here, so you're going to find that we've got some great things and some great value for you of use of that. But
So real quick, Ross, what have you been up to this week technologically?
well, this week we've been chasing furnaces and things, getting people warm. Um,
Okay.
we started out the week of doing general service, but we ended the week because we hit that wonderful cold weather that you blew down towards our way,
You're
and
welcome. You're welcome.
so now we're playing the emergency mode of things of putting things. So.
People
Um,
don't want to freeze to death, I guess, eh?
yeah, and it's been a fun trying week because we've had a lot of calls
Hmm.
this week from it's kind of been a different twist from people that have had several other companies out,
Okay.
and nobody's finding the answers of getting it fixed. And
But you're somebody with 30 years experience.
at
You're,
the same time, there are words getting around apparently that we know how to fix it or we know how to do it, and we're
yeah,
getting called out on that stuff that everybody else can't get fixed. So it's a great feeling there.
yeah,
Um,
no,
you know,
good.
you talking about being grateful. Um,
Hmm.
there was this just happened over the weekend.
Yeah.
It happened about 20 miles from here.
Okay.
We don't know the full story yet, but people were building their house and living in it, and
Hmm.
their house blew up.
Oh my.
And I just seen they had it on the news tonight, and the house is devastated. It's just leveled. And they say at this point they don't know the cause, but they're saying that somebody had worked on their furnace or somebody had worked on their system. So
And it natural
that
natural gas in the house?
this is going to be on propane.
Okay, propane, yeah.
So that's why you had the explosion, because
Yeah.
propane is heavier than air.
Yep.
and settles to the basement. You know, the story is behind it, and I looked up the gal on Facebook, and she
Yep.
wrote herself a story,
Hmm.
and she was saying how she wanted to go home early, and so she waited and decided not to go home early. Then on her way home, she goes, I've got to stop at Walmart
Yep.
and get some goods. And she stopped there, and a friend stopped her that she hadn't seen in the longest time.
Oh wow.
And they got to talking. And
Yep.
anyway, long story short, all of these events happened, which kept her from going home.
And
And
that's very fortunate.
otherwise
Very,
she
very
would have been
lucky.
home at the time that it exploded. So
Wow.
gratefulness, but
Yeah.
just shows you how important tech stuff is.
Yeah.
We don't take it lightly of what we do, and people, what we do is sometimes small things, but sometimes it's great things that help people out, and they can hurt. These things can hurt us just as much as they hurt other people.
Yeah.
So it's very important to know who you're dealing with, what you're working with, that you're qualified to do what you do,
Yeah.
and that's kind of why we're here. We're bringing tech talk. That's what we do. That's our life.
Yeah. And and
And
and and it's better to get someone who's a skilled qualified tech may charge a little bit more than your cousin down the street, but he's going to do it right the first time, not the
yep,
third time, the first time.
first time. Yep.
No
So
do-overs.
but anyway, that's my week here, and so it's
Yeah.
been kind of fun and exciting and challenging all at the same time. There's never
Cool.
a day it's the same.
Yep.
It starts the morning out with a good cup of coffee or tea,
Yeah.
or I have my famous G fix that I love. That's
Yeah. I
my
drink I drink the G Fix every morning for breakfast, and that gets me going.
that's my fix, and I love it.
Yeah,
Um,
it's awesome.
but no, that just like that, we're in that everyday world, and we do those things, and that gets our day started. And from there, just like everybody else, the only difference is we may be out swinging the screw hammer and turning the
Yeah.
screwdrivers and pulling the meters and determining what's wrong while you're sitting at your office, and we're
While
taking
you're freezing or while you're too hot, or
yep
I used
bringing
to
you
work
comfort.
for a power company way, 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 way up in the high Arctic. And so when the power goes down there, furnaces stop running,
Hmm.
you know, pumps stop running. So you only have about 3 hours to get the power back on before, someone could lose their life. So there's a whole different level of stress going on there. But
Talking tech, Bruce, I came across this uh, gentleman that told me this story.
okay.
He knew a guy that worked at Disney World
Okay.
back in the day, and
Yeah.
this brought a whole new level of tech to me. The trams that they run down there.
Yeah, yeah.
The I can't even think what you call them anyway. The trams.
Sky
The,
trains.
yeah, they're sky. There's another name for it. Unirail, I think it is.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Yes, yes, yes.
And anyway, the guy worked on those to keep them running.
Yeah,
And he says the whole underneath of that Unirail is full of circuitry for the
wow.
operation of
Yeah,
relays and everything,
the
and
sensing and all
the
that.
sensing and the whole thing. And he says you have 15 minutes from the time that it stops, the
Yeah.
time that you're dispatched, and the time to have it fixed.
Wow.
So he says, in a nutshell, you've got 5 minutes to troubleshoot and determine what's wrong with it. He says
That's a little bit of stress.
because the people are on it and the doors are closed,
Yeah,
and it becomes a hot box of cases.
yeah,
So he
yeah,
said
yeah,
you
yeah.
have this 15-minute time window. He said before they have a major emergency factor hits that they got to get that thing up and running again.
Yep,
And it's like that brought a whole new meaning to tech of you know knowing what it is, not just
yep.
okay, I've got to go find out. Bam.
Bam.
Just like
Well,
I teach my guys, Bruce. 99% of the time, we know what's wrong with it before we even leave the shop,
yeah,
because we listen to the customer of what it's doing, and we have the understanding of how the equipment works.
yeah.
and we pretty much know what to take or what to do before we even leave.
I understood. And I have that same philosophy, but I still like to not put myself in that box because Murphy's Law comes along and there's that weird thing that happens. And if you're not holistic, even though you have to go in with that, you still have to be holistic too, because there's some weird stuff all the time that can
Oh,
still come back and bite you.
yeah,
That
big
other
time.
5% that surprises you. So
When electricity jumps from point A to point B with no connection,
yeah,
people say it can't happen. Nah, I'm sorry. I've seen
I
it
hear you.
happen. I don't know
It
how it
does
does it.
happen.
I don't know how it happens, but it
Yeah,
does it.
for sure.
You know, I,
Well,
I uh, did a job this week of a guy that works on TVs, and he has the old, you remember the old, probably similar to what you have up there, the towers,
yes, yeah, yeah,
you know, and it's a pretty good size one that he climbed and it's got all of his TV antennas on, just kind of like the old school. And
yeah,
he said, he was saying to me, he said, yeah, we go out and shut the breaker off to the air conditioner every time the lightning storm comes. He said, they've been struck by lightning
yeah.
four
Many times.
times on that tower just
That's very dangerous.
because of the energy going on. And he said it
Yeah,
comes, it
yeah,
just blows everything up when it does. So they've learned to just shut it off and save everything.
yeah, yeah,
But, but anyway, yeah, you know, what we're talking about tonight, Bruce,
yeah, yeah,
being here, being grateful, and bringing the value to the people. So
yeah. And on a positive note, the value for the people. That's why we're doing these webinars is for the people, the masses. We want you to find out if you thank you, YouTube, for sending those new viewers to us. Thank you for watching this, and please click on the links below, order some coffee, and change your life.
you bet. And hey, Bruce, while I'm thinking about it, let's grab the orphanage video and drop down below tonight
Okay.
on on our list below, just for
And
people.
put that on the link there for
Yeah,
sure.
we'll put that on the link of the orphanage that this company's supporting, and the gratefulness that those kids have for what we're doing for them.
For sure.
So
And when you buy coffee, that also, a portion of that, those profits go to the orphanages.
you bet, you bet. Well, Bruce, I don't know about you. We're coming up on I don't close
Yeah,
to 20
it's
some
about that.
minutes here.
It's about that time to pull the plug there.
Yeah, I think it's been a great evening, and I think we've got
Yes,
some
sir.
great value. So let's wrap up Epic 12
Epic.
as the new twist is, and let's bring it to a close. So
And
um,
thank you everyone for watching. And please like, share, and um,
comment
subscribe to this
and
channel, to our channel.
subscribe. You bet. So
We'll see you next week.
help us get the word out, share it, and have a great week. And come back next week, and let's have a great time and go out and be grateful.
Thank you very much.